Hey guys, welcome back to GenXpert. Rick Carman here. I'm here to talk to you this week about the 4th of July and the 250th celebration of America. And I just want to talk about this because I think a lot of people will take this for granted about our forefathers and what it took to make this country happen. I know a lot of younger people specifically take it for granted with the burning of flags and waving everybody's flag except our own, um, and protesting and things like that. I know people say, you know, freedom of speech. Well, I fought for this country, and I appreciate freedom of speech, and I know what that means, and I know what it means to say, oh, you can't burn a flag, or you can't talk bad about America when you're an Olympian overseas. But I know how dangerous it is to say you can't say these things. But just because you can say them doesn't mean you should. We kind of in the 80s and 90s we grew up on that. Our parents always said just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? Um, so I wanted to come on here and talk about how important it is to celebrate America. I haven't we as a family we haven't really celebrated 4th of July in probably 8 years. I mean, last year a friend of mine asked me to go swimming. We went down to his neighborhood and we swam for 4th of July, but we didn't shoot off fireworks. We really didn't celebrate anything. We just went and swam for 4 or 5 hours or whatever, and then came home. Um, so we haven't really done that in a long time. Um, and I don't know, maybe it's because we're old. Um, I don't know. Put it in the comments. How long has it been since you celebrated 4th of July? And do you celebrate 4th of July like you did when you were in your 30s, 20s, 40s even? Um, do you do fireworks, or do you do it differently now? Like now do you go grill out somewhere and just kind of watch it on TV, or watch somebody else shoot for fireworks off? Maybe you watch your kids shoot fireworks off. Um, so put in the comments what you guys do for 4th of July. I know I am, I've been pretty much just watching it on TV, or not even celebrating it at all. Um, when the kids were little, we did sparklers and stuff like that, and every now and then I'll go to a 4th of July party, or not party, but a place where they're shooting fireworks off. Like 5 years ago, I went somewhere where we all got together with some people from church, and they shot fireworks, at this place, and we just went there. It was kind of a good time. But that was kind of it. I guess the best 4th of July I had was when I was in basic training during 4th of July, and we were in the last part of basic training, and where we had kind of been through everything, and they had a 4th of July thing. They all drove us to this big baseball field, and we all sat on the field, and they had a great fireworks show, and we were allowed to eat candy, for the first time since in basic training. It was a great night. I would have to say that was my greatest 4th of July. But so what was your best 4th of July? Put that in the comments too. What was your best 4th of July that you can remember? Was it something with your kids? Was it something you remember as a kid with your parents maybe? And how has that changed from then to now? How has your 4th of July changed now that you're over 50? Um, so those are some things that I think about. I want to talk about it because this is an important 4th of July this year, 250th celebration, and we've had a lot of division, in the country in the last, I don't know, 10 years, and this is something that should bring us together. We've got the World Cup going on, which is really important. I know I watched NASCAR, and they had this NASCAR race on a couple weeks ago, at Coronado Navy Base, where the SEALs train, and they had it was just it's a spectacle. It's just outstanding. And my best friend, the guy who actually invited me to swim, is a SEAL, And I remember texting him saying, how cool is this, right? And all the Navy guys were just so excited to have the NASCAR guys there. And I remember a couple weeks before that they had the UFC fighting thing, and it was just celebrating America and doing things to celebrate this great country we live in. So I think maybe this year, 4th of July, even though I would decline my friend's offer to go down there swim again this year because we're just so wore out. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Am I wrong? I don't know. Am I wrong? Should I just man up and go down there and swim and celebrate 4th of July? Would you do it? Or does it really matter? I mean, I have fireworks. I could shoot fireworks off here. Maybe I should just do that with my kids, and then since I'm tired, from being old. Although we did work out today, so that's something, right? So I don't know. Maybe I should go down there, or maybe not. I don't know. But so it's important to celebrate this year. I think is really important to understand and celebrate what our forefathers did, what they had to sacrifice to make this country what it is, under God, one nation under God. And, it's just a great time to be alive and to understand that just because we're getting old doesn't mean we can't have purpose in this world, right? We need to teach these young people what the 4th of July is really about. We need to teach these young people what America is really about, and when they're burning that flag, who, why they have the right to burn that flag. And I don't know that they care or that they understand, but we need to make them understand, because if we don't, these are the people, when we get old, these are the people that are going to be running the country, and we're not going to be able to do anything about it when we're old. So we need to try to do our best to educate them now, and so that they have some respect for the country, for what we did, the greatest generation on up to now. What we've done for this country is fighting wars and battles to keep this country free. Freedom is not free. And if you've never been to war, if you've never been in the military, maybe you don't understand that. I don't know. But one thing I wanted to say before I get off here, and the reason I'm making this video is kind of in between when I'm kind of making videos, is I want to issue a challenge. There's a guy on the internet somewhere, I saw somewhere, he's like, I'm doing 30 push-ups in 30 days or something like that. And I thought to myself, hey, they have the 22 push-up challenge for military suicide awareness. This is July. I think in a couple days, like a couple days will be July 1st. So I'm thinking, why don't we do a push-up challenge? We're trying to get, our last episode was about being in shape over 50, getting fitness over 50, right? That was our last episode. So why don't I issue a challenge? And I thought this would be great because I'm working out and everything with my son and all that. There's 31 days in this month. So let's do 31 push-ups a day through the month of July. So 31 push-ups, 31 days, and let's see how that affects our bodies. Let's see how much strength. I'm trying to lose 5 or 10 pounds. So let's see how that does. And I'm going to try, I'm not going to promise anything, but I'm going to try to put my push-ups on this channel every day. So I'm trying to film my push-ups every day, maybe give a little talk. It's not going to be a very long video. It's not as long as this one, but I'm going to do 31 push-ups, film it, and then say something, in between. I'm thinking I'll do like 20 push-ups, stand up, talk a little bit about America or whatever, and then do the last 11, and then that'll be it for the day, and that'll be every day. And so if you want to join me, maybe you can find my channel here and then pull it up and say, okay, I don't know when I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to do it in the morning. I don't know. I got to figure out the schedule of uploading it and push-ups and all that stuff. But hopefully you will find it July 1st. You will find it either in the morning or in the evening, and you can find it, and then you can do the push-ups with me, or you can just watch me do push-ups, or you can do your own push-ups some other time and just watch the channel. But if you would, subscribe, like, hit that little bell thing, make a comment and put it in the comments. If you want to do the push-up thing, put it in the comments as I'm in. Just put I'm in, and or I'm all in, or whatever, or I'll do it, or America 250, or something that you're going to do this push-up thing with me. I'm an old guy, so hey, I know I can do. I think I did 30, 25 or 30 the other day in one time, but then I was done for the rest of the day. So I think I can do it. I've been working out a little bit. I think I can do it. I know I can do 30 push-ups in a day, but as far as doing it every day, and filming it, we'll see how that goes. I'm going to try. I'm not going to promise anything, but I'm certainly going to try, because this will help me stay consistent with working out. We talked about consistency a couple episodes ago. Consistency working out. This is the perfect way to start July 1st, America's birthday, America's 250th. We'll start July 1st doing 31 push-ups, and then who knows, maybe after that we'll do sit-ups and crunches in a couple months after that. Who knows? But we'll see if we can do this and get our consistency going. The 1%. 1% a day. Maybe that 31 push-ups can be our 1% that day, right? And we just do a little bit to form a good habit. And we do a little bit. So we'll get up every day. We do this 31 push-ups every single day. Form us a good habit. And we're on our way to being fit at 50 or fit over 50. We're on our way, right? We're on our way. And we're honoring the forefathers and the people that made this country great and that brought this country here to North America. And so that's kind of what we're going to do. So if you're in, put I'm in. All right. So I'm Rick Carman. Until next time, get up, get out, and get better.